Hello, welcome to TABB Forum. My name is Lori Burke and I'm a principal with TABB Group. And I have here today with me George Bodine, who's Director of Trading Research at Quantitative Services Group. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be a trader these days, sort of like being a deer in the headlights with all of the electronic trading and high-frequency trading and reams of information, quantities of information flying by at incredible speeds. George, you were head trader, global head trader at GM Asset Management for many years.
Correct.
What's it like to be a trader today, and how do traders make decisions today?
It's really changed dramatically. A few years ago, you had probably 4 or 5 different reference points that you can use to make a trading decision. Mm-hmm. You had a pretty robust floor and over-the-counter market structure that you've got information back from those sources. You had daily calls that would come from sales traders with substantive information about what the direction was that particular stock was going to take and the size that was going to trade. And also there was like an unwritten rule that certain categories of stocks traded at certain brokerage firms, and at least everyone kind of understood that if a particular stock was a drug stock or retail stock or oil stock, there were 1 or 2 firms that specialized in it. So when you made a trading decision, you had a pretty good idea that 60 to 70% of the information that was out was at that location. So the higher the confidence you had, the more information you had, the higher confidence. So you're more willing to trade a larger block of stock. Well, you fast forward to today, and a lot of the data and information that you had isn't as consolidated, and it's not as robust. And the speed with which securities are trading at, it's very difficult to say, stop for a second so I can make this trade. So I think because of that, a byproduct is people break up their orders in really tiny parts. So what we're trying to do now is say, how can we reassemble that data and put it on a trader's desk to make a decision to trade a block of stock or to have the conviction to be aggressive and trade a number of smaller parcels, so it's tantamount to equaling a block of stock.
So a trader today gets an order on the desk. He can't rely upon information coming into him on the telephone or anything like that, obviously. And trading is happening at such high speed. So to your point, he makes a decision. Does he trade a block? Does he trade with an algorithm? Which broker? If he chooses an algorithm, which parameters on those algorithms? So you've been working on a product that will help make information available to the trader to decide which algorithm for which order.
Yeah, that's correct. What we're doing, we've got a product called Sync that combines 3 elements. We have a pre-trade, we have a post-trade, but we have a middle element that pretty much categorizes the type of stock that you're in. What we're trying to do is put on the trader's desk, empower the trader to have the ability to go back and back test quickly what their past performance was under similar set of circumstances. So if I'm trading a stock, let's say Lazy Boy, for example, I'm trying to do 15% of the volume, and I've got a strong up day, momentum it's against me if I'm trying to buy the stock. I could profile this particular set of criteria. I could look back at my database and say, okay, I want to look at a stock that's 15% of the day's volume, is up 2 or 3% on a given day, has X amount of volatility, and it's in this particular category, capitalization category. And I can look and see which algorithms I've used in the past and how these algos have performed against the various benchmarks that I'm using. With that, the trader then has the ability to use that data or to override it and to trade on their own as to how they see fit. But at least we're providing the tool for a frame of reference for a trader to look back under similar set of circumstances and to pick out which algorithm they're going to use. Also, you can compare, for example, VWAPs and say if I've got, there's 4 or 5 VWAPs, well, we all think they're created the same, but they may not actually be. They may be routing it to different venues, using different prompts. So you can use and you can compare 5 VWAP algos under any set of circumstances and allow you to say, okay, this particular VWAP algo actually acts better than another one. So it empowers the trader. It also gives them the comfort that they can go back and substantiate why they made the trade that they did. I mean, trading has always been about predicting the future, and you're trying to, no one can do it accurately, but what you're trying to do is at least increase the odds in your favor.
Thank you. Thank you, George Bodine, Quantitative Services Group, Director of Trading Research. And this is Lori Burke at TABB Group. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.